Good evening. Let's just bring...
Hello.
Good evening, everybody. So, yeah, we're getting used to this StreamYard thing. So, apologies for the slight delay there in the videos. We're not very good at tech, are we, Gemma?
No, we are not.
It took us well over an hour to try and log on to this thing, and Meta seems to be down at the moment as well. So, apologies if you aren't able to view us live, but you can go back and watch us on YouTube if you're feeling daring or if you're bored. So you can go back and watch us. So the whole purpose of this evening is, true to festival style, we like to do things a little bit differently and a little bit backwards. So last week, our guest tonight joined me as we spoke to two of our speakers, and we haven't actually formally announced this next magical creature. So without further ado, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, unicorns, helicopters, here we go. It's Penny. Penny Griffiths-Morgan. Hello.
Hello, stranger. How are you?
All right. Don't like the StreamYard thing. It's a bit confusing.
How do you think I felt last week when you gave me like 6 hours notice?
Yeah, you did very well, actually. You handled it quite well. We were both half asleep, weren't we, trying to figure out how to use tech. But you managed that really well, so...
Thank you.
Got there.
I'm a woman of many talents.
It's another thing to stick on your CV, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird though, because I'm doing this talking to you from my phone. Normally I would use my laptop, but for some reason that was lagging really badly just now. But I don't know whether it's due to the fact we've got really strong winds and rain and everything else tonight down here in Essex, because I did a Zoom interview earlier today for Haunted Histories and it was absolutely fine. So I don't know what's going on. What's going on?
Everything's just a bit sketchy down south, isn't it? But then again, weather's not much better up here in Yorkshire, though, is it, Gemma? It's been a bit of a miserable day.
It's been all seasons more or less today.
Does it? I must admit, we've had some lovely sunshine, but changing the subject, my car decided to break down on me in the centre of Chelmsford on Tuesday. And I've been meaning to look for a new car, replace it anyway. So today I went and bought a new car, and not new, secondhand, but new to me. New to me, yeah. And driving it around, because it's like it's a Mocha, Vauxhall Mocha, so it's an SUV, and the wind was battering me, and I was like, sure, it's not the steering on this. And then Wayne took it out, and he went, no, you are. It's the wind battering you. The steering's fine. And so, yeah, it's not the kind of day I'd want to be driving a lorry. Put it that way.
This is a really good question now to ask. So you bought yourself an SUV. Can you get into it? Because you do have the smallest legs in the United Kingdom. Are you able to jump in and drive it? Can you reach the pedals?
You need they have this amazing invention in cars now, Rach. You can move the seat closer. It's not actually getting in that's the issue. It's getting out, because I'm so worried about tripping when I get out. So it's going to be a glute workout every time I get in and out of it. But yes, I can. The funniest one was when Wayne had a Ford Ranger, one of those trucks, and I did actually have to literally jump and hold on to the bar above to get into the thing, because it was so high up.
You're like a little boost.
Yeah.
Is there any video evidence of this? I need to see it.
No, I think I destroyed it. He did take a video of me getting in. I mean, I'm not as bad as that one that was going around on Facebook, where it's a little old lady in quite a longish, straight, tight-fitting skirt, and her son has literally got her on his shoulder trying to get her into the back of his Range Rover. It's not quite that bad. I can sort of get myself it, but it is a case of it wasn't. Let's just say it wasn't smooth.
Not very good.
But I get there. I'm tiny but mighty. Tiny but mighty.
Indeed. I had a piggyback from you. Was it the first year, 2022? Yeah.
You did.
I can vouch for that. So you're joining us again this year for the festival. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Why am I doing it to myself?
Well, everybody else was booked, you see, so we
was it? Is it? Oh, right. Oh,
yeah, everyone else was booked up, so we had to make do. But we can't do without you now. You're such a massive part of the festival. It just wouldn't be the same without you, would it? You are part of the fixtures and fittings, and you are Team Festival. You're on our website as Team Festival as well as a speaker. You've made it, Penny. You've made it. So you can die happy now. You've made it. So one of the reasons why we have to have you back is that we thoroughly enjoy your history tours. So for those that haven't been to the festival yet, or they might be attending this year, what you can expect is a day of mystery and history with
Yes.
Penny, and she does escort us around some incredible locations. But you have a very unique style, don't you, when you come to presenting the history?
Yeah, I don't see why it has to be talked about in a very formulaic textbook style, because I don't think that works personally. And because I'm not academic myself, that's not how I would learn it. So no, I what was it? One of my close friends, Lorna, my friend in Chelmsford, we went on a history walk around London, and she turned around and what did she call me? The histomedian. Like, she said she's like history comedy. Like, she combines the two. She's teaching you history, but you're killing yourself laughing at the same time. And I just think people are more likely to be interested and remember it if you do. I do like throwing in swear words. That was between curse and swear, that one. Quirse. I do like throwing in swear words, because people go, did she just say the F word then? She did, didn't she? Did she just call so and so, see you next Tuesday? She did. And I think it's just a way of making people remember stuff. And also, well, actually, if someone with basically no education can make it sound interesting, I could go off and read up on it and find out stuff that I never knew before. So yeah, I want people to just see the non-boring side of it all. So for those people who, hated history at school because their teacher would drone on and, literally rap them over the knuckles if they couldn't remember dates and stuff, there is so much more to it. So much more to it. I mean, I was doing the interview I was doing today for Haunted Histories was with a very good friend of mine he's a history lecturer at Essex University. And we were talking, and he was saying that he likes this stage in their course because they get to do an essay on anything they want. And one of his students has and I can't remember the fantasy world that she's taken, but she's compared it to an era in history. And he said, I'd never thought of it like that. And he said, it's brilliant because she is justifying it with like proper historical content. And he goes, and people don't realize that it can be that interesting. It isn't just a case of learning dates and who did what. There's a lot more to it. So yeah, I do try, and I'm starting to come up with some of my little ideas for September.
Will there be props? Because we do enjoy your props.
That's one of the ideas that
I do like all the interaction with the public though as well.
That's one of the you see that, because the location, so I'm trying very hard to think of how I'm going to make it interactive. And I did come up with an idea. Actually, it was when we were driving to Norfolk to see my parents at the weekend, and Wayne, my husband and I were discussing it, and I did come up with one, and he was like, that actually would be quite funny. So yeah, I start coming up with the ideas, and this is what I have them, I write them down, and then work out how I'm going to fit it in. Yeah.
Have you selected your victims yet? Or are you going to wait to see who's there?
No, I don't know yet. I mean, the victims I tend to select are the ones that I think are going to take it in good spirits.
Rob Thompson got well involved last time, didn't he?
Oh, he loves it. Yeah, he loves it. But he'll be relieved to know there's no Henrys. I know he's not going to be there this year, but there's no Henrys, so he's all right. Yeah, I don't know yet. I don't really know who I'm going to pick on until the time. I mean, the logic of picking you as Elizabeth, when I picked Danny Moss as Robert Dudley, is Elizabeth was very tall, and you were the tallest female standing near me. So
I had to marry Danny Moss.
You had to marry Danny.
Right.
Well, no, you weren't necessarily married. You were having a bit of weren't you? Because they never married. But yeah, that's why you were picked, because she was tall, and you were the tallest female standing near me that I hadn't already picked on. So that's why I sort of there is logic behind who I. But no, I haven't got a clue who I'm going to
say. Don't pick on me because I can't act.
You can just stand there looking beautiful and Scottish, Jem. There you go.
I wonder if there's any Scottish links actually with the location for this year. That'd be interesting.
I'd have to find out, wouldn't I?
To the books,
I'd have to find out.
To the books.
To the books, yes. If you hear a noise, my son has just come in through the back door with the dog. And and so you might get a dog suddenly appear on camera. But yeah.
Paul Will, has he been out in the wind and rain?
He has been out in the wind and rain. We're not fair weather dog walkers, this family. All weathers.
Poor lad. He goes out in all weathers, doesn't he? So, oh, I can see shadows. Hello, Will.
He just waved. He knows when he sees me on doing stuff, because I'm sat at my sofa because I still haven't fixed my light in my office, and I tried to get the lighting to work over there. It's just too dark, so I've sat over here. But he knows when he sees me sat here, like talking in effect to myself, that normally means I'm on camera doing something, and so he avoids like the camera angles completely. He's been trained.
My small people just come in and say hello every time. It's like head round the corner, like, hi.
I've
My
lost track of them
smallest
many
word.
times. Mine's
My
come in and-
smallest would. He was like, oh, because he said hello to my guest this morning that I was interviewing. And he said, can I come in on the podcast now? And I went, well, no, because it's not really mine. I'm a guest. If I was interviewing, then yes. And so he's gone upstairs to play. So, yeah.
He's such a sweetheart. So as we did announce the other day, actually, well, about 2 weeks ago, that we are now selling family tickets.
You did,
Is
yes.
the festival something that your small people might be interested in attending, do you think? Do you think they'd like
The
to see
older
Mummy doing her thing?
Well, the older one, probably. The younger one, no, it'd be too much for him because of he's on the spectrum. So the noise and the bustle, he wouldn't be able to. He also wouldn't like seeing me get attention. He'd get quite jealous that I was around other people, if that makes sense. No, I think the older one would want to come. It's just the fact that if one comes, the other one has to come because of Wayne having to bring him. So I don't think this year it's possible. But I if you have got kids who want to come and chat and meet some of the people and everything else, definitely we can do it without swearing in front of small children.
Well, that's the idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
But have they used your celebrity status yet?
I don't know. The older one, he's smirking at me right now. I would get him on camera, but he's taking his top off, which he has a tendency to do the minute he walks in the house. He actually sort of, it's not that impressive, is it? Whereas his mates are sort of like, oh, mate, your mum's written books. She writes in Haunted magazine. She does telly. She gets asked to speak at things. And he's like, but he did admit over the weekend at my parents' that he actually was quite impressed. And he's actually said, if I can get on Sam and Colby, then he really will be impressed. So,
well, we know a man, don't we? We know a man who knows a man.
Well, the man that we know was actually going to mention it to them to say, if next time you're in the UK, see if you get Penny on board. Pardon?
I said, I'm intrigued. Who's the man?
All I'll do is this.
Oh, yes.
So, yeah, if I can get on there, then yes, I think my eldest will be impressed. But I think he does. He's coming to because it's the Parameet. Sorry, mentioning other things, but there's room for all of us.
There is.
A week on Saturday, and he's coming to that with me for the weekend. So, yeah, I think the thing is, I'm just mum. I think he was more impressed with how much I leg press than the paranormal stuff. Honestly, he's actually grinning at the moment. I can see him out the corner of my eye, standing there grinning. Yeah.
I do enjoy your gym selfies, though. Thank you for sending them. They get me through the day. Working for the corporate machine, it's nice to get a Penny selfie while she's all sweaty in the gym. So thank you for that.
Well, the last one I took,
social media for that.
The one I took of me in the Cruel Knives t-shirt, the reason I took it, and I didn't explain this, is because when I first got that t-shirt, it was quite snug, and now there's actually room, and I've actually got a waist again, and that's why I took that photo more, because I was like, I've got a waist in this photo, and then I thought, oh, sod it, I'm going to post it. So yeah, I don't post every time I go to the gym, otherwise it would get very, very boring. I was there this morning actually, and I didn't post, so it's not all the time, but no, that was more that I was so like sitting there in the mirror, and the angle I was sitting at, I was like, bloody hell, my body's going in again. When did that happen? When did I stop being a potato on legs? So yeah, I thought I'd take a photo.
So at the festival this year, as always, you have a table and you'll be selling some of your incredible books.
Thank you.
Last year you had your book about Epping Forest.
Yeah.
Do we have anything new this year? Is there anything to look out for? Anything to look forward to? Is there a work in progress? What are you up to?
there is a work in progress that if I can get my finger out when you and I get back from our little trip we're going on, it should be ready for September. But I have had so many bloody side quests. Whereas when I've written all the other books, all I've been doing is maybe, 1 or 2 talks, the podcast, and articles for Haunted Mag. Whereas now I have, I've got, I think it was 6 Paracons booked in for this year, and other talks as well I'm being booked in for. Articles for Haunted, articles for other people, research for Help My House is Haunted episodes, research for other shows that I'm being asked to contribute. It's just gone, and time-wise, and I still have a day job. So the books aren't getting written as fast as normal, but am I 2/3 of the way through? I'm 2/3 of the way through the first draft of a new book. So I'm hoping it will be ready for the festival at the end of September. Is the plan.
Well,
The plan.
regardless, we love the books that you've produced already, and they always sell out so quickly as well. So if anybody does want one of Penny's books, where can they find them, Penny? Where can they purchase one of your books?
Amazon. Just look up Penny Griffiths-Morgan and my books will come up. Or just if they want an autograph one, they can get it directly from me. Just drop me a line via Haunted Histories or my email, hauntedhistories@virginmedia.com, and we can arrange it. But yeah, I do hope to have number 6 for the Paracon, but
It's crazy.
Yeah, but say with everything else I do, it's kind of, a lot of side quests.
So we've actually just had a question pop up. So our friends, the Boo Brothers, Penny, what are you looking forward to the most at the festival?
What am I looking forward to?
Other than seeing Gemma and I.
Well, of course. Well, I was actually going to be seeing the family again.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Also, I'll be completely honest, it's meeting Shane.
To be honest, I'm looking forward to meeting Shane as well.
I think everybody has a little bit of a crush on Shane, don't they?
I don't know why. He's not my type, but there is something about him. There is just something about him. I just want to give him a big hug. But no, I'm actually Shane and Cindy. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they're like off camera, if that makes sense. Because one of the things I love the most is meeting some of these people and seeing them off camera, seeing if they're any different. And I think most of us are, and I really like. But yeah, it's seeing all the family again. The guests that are coming, the ticket holders that are coming back, and just that's it. It's catching up with everyone again and having the weekend that then takes 6 months to recover from.
I know, God.
It takes a while, doesn't it? And we always say after every festival that, we come back with new friends and we become, an even larger family. And it is true, you've just mentioned that yourself. I suppose it's different if Gemma or I say it, because that's, we live and breathe it. But it's quite nice to hear, one of our guest speakers say that, that you come back and you appreciate now that you have a new little paranormal family that have all come to the festival. So that's lovely.
No, it's something because I'm good friends with Kate Sherrill, obviously, who's another one of the guests, and she was talking to me about it because we did Bude together recently, and I said to her, "You will make new friends. You don't realize it at the time. It is almost like a sort of, I don't know, a paranormal Tinder, if you like. You come away with so many new contacts and people who you look forward to bumping into again." So yeah, I said it's lovely, and it's not just other speakers that you become friends with. It's the ticket. Like I said, I'm trying to think of guest ticket holders, however you want to term it, but it's people who've paid to be there. It's not like an us and them. I said on the Saturday night, everyone's mucking in together. On the Saturday night, there's no sort of us and them. We're the celebs. They're not. Therefore, we sit on a table together, and it's not like that at all. Everyone's chatting to each other, and if you drink, you're having a drink together. If you don't drink, you're dancing together, jumping up with the band, having a natter, and the conversations that happen are very, very sort of natural conversations as well. There's no sort of, you only talk about, well, what ghost experience, it gets over the whole, what ghost experiences have you had then, to, you know, you're talking about, I think one of the ticket holders last year, we were talking about where she went to school and what her school days were like. You know, the conversations are just very, very sort of, there's no ego. And that's what's nice about it.
Yeah, and I think that when we first started doing the in-person, so if we go all the way back to 2022, I remember that Gemma, Nikki and we were at the hotel first, and you were the first person to walk through the door, and you actually gave me a tour of my own room, which was fabulous. And I'm going to show you around your room now, Rachel. You've been checked in for an hour, but here's your room.
Yeah, well, I've done a ghost investigation in that room. I mean, I wrote about that room in my book on Bosworth. So
I didn't sleep at all in that room. I was laid there thinking, Penny said there's a ghost in here. So all night just spent listening out for noise and bangs from bathrooms.
It was that room that stopped my husband thinking this was a waste of time. Honestly.
It is a really weird room, though. It is odd. The Norfolk suite, isn't it? It's a really weird one. And
you were in Savage, weren't you?
No, that was last year, 23. I was in Savage. No, it's not the Savage, it's the Savage.
But yeah, it was that was the one that when I was writing the book on Bosworth, they said, oh, we've upgraded you to, and I only paid normal room rate, but they upgraded me because I was writing the book. And Wayne was a bit like, I don't want to be here. Oh, this is rubbish. You're not getting paid for this. And then we walked in the room and he just went, if this is what doing what you do means we get, I'm for it. I'm here. So yeah, it's I got some quite good spirit box stuff while sat on the windowsill in that room. I'm pretty sure I had one of the previous Dixies come through. So but I like that room. I do actually I feel quite comfortable in it.
Right, it is a nice room. It was really nice until we had an infestation of wasps. So I had to keep it was pretty bad. So Daryl had so everybody came to meet in my room, in my suite, and we're all sat there just sort of having a quick drink before we went out for dinner. I'm like, there's wasps in that window. And he's like, no, those are bees. It's like, those are not bees. Those are British wasps. And I had the reception had to come up and try and shoo them out. So that was a bit interesting. But going back to what I was saying, but we gave me the tour of the room and I kept looking out of the window because we were expecting the coach load full of the other speakers, all of the Americans that came over. We had Patty, we had Rob, we had the Wraith Chasers, and Father Sebastian, and we're sat there like, where are they? We're pacing around, super excited, really nervous. And straight away, they got off the coach and it was hugs from everybody. And it's so unusual that these are people you see on TV. And these are people that we kind of look up to, and we try and, maybe we try and replicate some of their styles and go to some of the locations they go to. And they got off the coach and they were just completely normal. And I think that's what's really lovely. You do see that difference in online TV personality compared to who they are in real life. Wes is here, look. Let's have a look. Here's Who Cares About the Americans?
I may disappear very briefly. My laptop's going to die. So I'm going to have to come back on my phone.
Just grab a charger, woman.
That's what I've been messing with.
Well, log on your phone now.
Who cares about the Americans? Well, some of them are okay. Let's be honest. Some of them are okay. But
the ones we've met have been very okay. We like them.
I'm looking forward to torturing some Canadians in a few weeks. I
don't know if Canada's ready for us.
I don't think Canada's ready for us.
So for those that don't know, because we have been banging on about this for a while, Penny and I are going on a slight trip, aren't we, Penny?
We are. We're going on a girls' trip. Well, girls' trip with Wes.
You weren't invited, Gemma?
I know.
Next time. You can come next time. But this could actually be the last time that we speak to each other, because 8 days is a long time to spend sharing a room in a car with somebody. So we've got to fly out there together. We're sharing rooms. We're going to be in a car for a long period of time. We're going to be in a cabin in the middle of nowhere. And then we have to fly back together. So we're either going to come back married and completely in love, or we will never speak to each other again.
It's going to be one or the other, isn't it?
It is. There's no middle ground. So do you want to explain what the purpose of our trip is, other than just that we want a holiday?
I didn't know if there was a real purpose. Was there?
Was there not?
No. I've known Wes for, he'll probably be able to correct me, 7-8 years. And I've been promising him since about 2019 I'd come out to Canada, because I'd never been to Canada. And I'd got the green light from the husband. I was allowed to leave the children for a week to go. I say this with my tongue in my cheek because he'd never say no, but I always double check with him because he's got to take time off work to look after the kids. So, you know, joint thing. And I was due to go out in 2020 for a week. And obviously we all know what happened in 2020. And it's taken me this long to get the finances back to go out there. So I was sort of started looking into this. It'd have probably been about September last year, actually, and sort of working out. And Wes was like, "Well, we can drive into the States. We can go and visit a few things." And I can't remember whether I asked you if you wanted to come, Ashman, or whether you said, "Can I come? I'd
No,
like to
I
come."
think you probably told me I was going.
Oh, did I? Okay.
That's probably more like it, yeah. I
Yeah,
don't have the ability to say no. I have some weird mental condition where I can't say no to people.
you can't say no, but I think it was also you said that would be amazing. I'd love to go, and I think I then said, "Well, do you want to?" Something along those lines. And so we are flying into Toronto. We spend about 36 hours in Toronto. Then we are getting the train to where Wes lives. He's then taking us, and this sounds really kinky and it's not meant to, his cabin in the woods. Then I say we're not driving. He is. I have offered, I do want to say, just in the comment, I do want to say I have offered to share the driving with him, and it was a big fat no, but I will take my driving license just in case. We're going to start driving down into America. And our first stop in America is the Shanley Hotel, which I am so excited about. Actually, that did impress the son. He said, "Is it this one?" And he showed me a video. I think it was a Sam and Colby investigation. I was like, yeah, that's one. He went, "Oh my God, Mum, that's so cool." So yeah. But I didn't watch the investigation because I didn't want to know. I just had a quick look, but I didn't watch what they found. And from there, we're then traveling down to Philadelphia. And in Philadelphia, we're going to be investigating the amazing Fort Mifflin. Then on the Friday, I'm not 100% what we're doing. I think we're doing some touristy stuff on the Friday at the moment during the day, aren't we? Sort of. I want to do the Rocky Run. I want to do the Rocky Run up the steps in Philadelphia. And then on the Saturday, we're going to a Paracon in New Jersey. I believe it's in New Jersey. Is it Whitehaven? Something like that.
I don't know. I'm just going. I don't know.
And then the Sunday we come back. I mean, one of the reasons we've organised it the way we have is the next book I'm working on is going to be to do with sort of strongholds, supernatural places, strongholds, forts, castles, and investigating them. And so Fort Mifflin is a stronghold, and I thought it would be quite an interesting addition to a book to have a bit of international flavour in it. No, not the Stanley, Lynn. Shanley.
Shanley, yeah.
Shanley, Shanley. It's in New York State.
It's your accent.
Yes, yeah. What? Southern. Yeah, go on. Shanley, Shanley. Honestly, look it up. It's when Rachel sent me the link through and I showed it to the husband, he just said, "That's a bit of you, that is." And yeah, it is really. So yeah, that's the purpose of our visit, to basically kill ourselves through lack of sleep. And then come back and let our families deal with it.
Yeah,
when you get back, we can plan the next one so I can come.
Okay.
It depends whether we get an invite to Tennessee, doesn't it, Gemma?
You're always invited.
I wasn't invited last year, was I, mate? No.
Yes, you were.
Right, I'm cutting this now. We're changing the subject.
It's a bone of contention between us.
So Wes has just confirmed there. So it's White Hill. So yeah, we're heading off to White Hill. And let's have a look. Oh, we also have. I missed this. Sorry, Ali, I missed this. Do we get another history tour with Penny's props?
Yes, you do. Yep, I will have props for the history tour. Not sure what they're going to be. Well, I've decided one, but there will be many more. It's just they're not something that I think they kind of come to me in moments of inspiration.
I don't like the sound of that. It's slightly unnerving, isn't it? It's incredibly unnerving. So what we'll do is we'll just have a quick run through as to what's happening at the festival. So for anybody that hasn't heard, if you've been living under a rock or in a cave and you don't know what's happening, we do have lots of things available at the festival, don't we, Gemma? Do you want to give a quick brief rundown of what's happening?
I don't have it to hand. You know better than me off heart.
In other words, she's tired and has forgotten. So
I have. It's been a long day.
So what we're doing is we are starting the event this year on the Thursday. So in the past, we've done a paranormal investigation on the Sunday, and it's always been a little bit exhausting towards the end of the weekend because we cram so much in. So we're starting on the Thursday this year, and we are investigating one of my favourite locations in the United Kingdom, which is the Galleries of Justice in Nottingham. So
can I butt in then? Can I butt in? Somebody said, what am I looking forward to? That's something else I'm looking forward to because I've never been there.
It's brilliant. Have you been, Gemma? Have you been there?
I'm looking forward to it. I've not been there.
It's a really great location. Only place I've ever brought something home from, but it's so spooky. Every room, every area, every corner, it's just really creepy. And what's great about it is that we get to investigate it with Dave, with Cindy, with Shane. Penny's going to be there. I've forgotten who else is going to. Oh, we've got Dan Class is going to be there as well. Neil's going to be there. So we're going to split off and I don't know if Kate's doing the event actually. I'll need to have a look at my poster again, my video. But what's going to be great is that we get to split off into groups and work with some of our guest speakers and investigate one of the greatest locations in the United Kingdom before we head off at a reasonable time for hot chocolate and an early night so we can get started the next morning. We're going to get up early, have our breakfast, and then it's the Penny Show. So we're heading off to a secret location. I'm going to throw you all on a coach. And there is an option to get off the coach. We're not just going to kidnap you and drive, but we are heading off to a secret location, and then it's Penny's going to do her thing, and then we head back. And that evening, for those that have the VIP tickets, we have a evening meal, and then we have a night of mediumship with Cindy Kaiser. So really looking forward to that. It's going to be really good. I'm so excited. Oh, look who's here! Look who's here. It's Colette. Another one of the festival family just turned up. So that's the Friday. So the Saturday we start with we have stall holders, we have some psychic mediums available, we have tarot card readers, we also have the cake people are coming back. So there's going to be lots of gorgeous yummies, lots of things to buy, lots of sparkly things, weird and macabre items to buy. And then you also get to have a mingle and a chat and get some autographs and some books from our guest speakers as well. And throughout the day, we have a full rammed timetable this year. We may have booked too many people to appear this year, but I don't think that's a problem. We just have to squeeze more people in. It's a longer day. So it's your opportunity to go and hear them speaking. We also have an incredible display of Staticom. So the Staticom project is coming to England for the first time. So we actually get to see that in action at Bosworth Hall. So that's really exciting. Oh, and Run and Lauders are also attending the Ghost Hunt. So really looking forward to seeing them on a Saturday. The full itinerary is going to be out by the end of the week. I'm just waiting for my graphics. It's all laid out. And then the Saturday night, we have the Festival Awards. So we do actually have a video of the Festival Awards. Should we just have a quick look? Let's have a look. Let's figure out how this thing works. I'm just going to show this very quickly for those that haven't heard about the Festival Awards yet. And there's no music. Shall we hum over the top of it?
Go ahead then.
You start, Gemma.
Self-Preservation Society.
Oh dear.
So the idea of the Festival Awards is that we don't take ourselves very seriously. We do when it comes to business, but ultimately what we aim to do with the festival is bring people together, not just through an interest of the paranormal, but also because we have those friendships, we are able to sit and have some banter. And if you do want to vote, then please head to our website. So it's your opportunity to vote for all of those categories you've just seen. And I think the biggest award we have is for the most ridiculous host of 2023. So there are 4 people in the running. You were very lucky this year, Penny. Next year,
Well,
not
I
so
do
lucky.
wonder if the fact that ridiculous was spelt red-iculous, if that's supposed to be one specific person who happened to wear a red dress on the Saturday night.
Or
Oh,
is
was
it
it me?
somebody's hair colour? Was it somebody's hair colour, maybe?
Mm.
But does it actually say ridiculous?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, do you know, you just can't get the staff, can you? That's terrible. If people could just forget that typo, that'd be great. We'll go back and do it. Well spotted, Penny. I was too busy rambling. I didn't do the video, so hands up, it wasn't me. That's
No,
going
I
to
thought
be
it was deliberate to sort of steer people towards it because, you know, the most ridiculous host to steer people.
So the winner of the most ridiculous host award actually has to get up and sing with the band. So Gemma and I don't know who is winning this. So we aren't involved in the festival awards at all. So this is Nikki's thing. So if you do want to do any voting, if you want to pick some nominations, we will be announcing the winner of these awards at the festival on the Saturday evening. And then just after we've done the awards, we have a live band that are coming all the way from Yorkshire. They do live covers of rock, heavy metal, ska, punk, anything and everything. And we just get to dance and party all evening. And then we're back up again the Sunday for more of the same, really. We have some other we have the rest of the speakers are there. We have the stall holders again. And then at the end of the day, we're having our annual Q&A where we get all of our speakers together and you can just throw and fire questions at them. And it's also our chance to say goodbye, which is always really sad. I hate the shutdown of the festival. It's heartbreaking when you have to say goodbye to everybody. But it is a ram-packed 4 days worth of activities. So if you haven't got your tickets already, you can get them from festivalunexplained.com. We have lots of ticketing options. Not only do we have the VIP packages, the first wave of those sold out within 48 hours, and that's without announcing a speaker. So all of those sold out, so we had to release some more. We also have a create your own package, so you can pick and choose which bits you want to do. So once we've released the itinerary, you can see who's on what day. You can then make the decision. Maybe you just want to come see GTI and whoever else is on the Sunday, or maybe you'd like to come and see Penny and throw things at her while she's doing a tour. Pick and choose which options you'd like. We also have, for the first time as well, thank you to the insurance gods, is that we now sell family tickets. So anybody under the age of 16 is able to purchase a family ticket, so they can come as part of a family package. So this is just for the day, not for the evening. So after 5 o'clock, it is 18s only, because that's when it starts to get a little bit tequila time. And so it's adult time. So we do have family packages available, and again, it caters for all different dynamics of families as well, whether it be 1 adult, 4 children. There's lots of packages available for you. If you do get stuck and need some assistance, please drop us a message on Facebook and one of the team will pick that up. But there's lots to do and lots to see, and super excited about it. And I've missed some comments with my rambling. Let's have a look. Oh, it's people saying hello. Oh, what's Colette doing? Let's have a look. I will be there on Wednesday and staying till Monday.
Fantastic.
We've got
Awesome.
like 5 days with Colette. I'm going to end up black and blue. She just punches me. She's brilliant. And we've got, Greg's here as well. Oh, that is not the right one. I'm not good with this, am I?
Hey, Greg.
Greg's
Greg
here.
runs Fort Mifflin, for anyone who doesn't know. And actually, what we didn't say is Ron and Lourdes with the Staticom are going to be hooking up with us while we're in the States to run Staticom whilst we're doing our investigations. So looking forward to that one.
Oh, we've got some, look at this. We've got somebody here from Georgia, USA. Good evening.
Hello.
There's loads of people in here today. It's fabulous. There we go. I'm just trying to catch up with comments and seriously, who's this? Okay, here we go. Colette's at work, so she's just I think she's trying to cram all the comments in all at once before she has to go and do some work. Gemma, have you got any bits that you're looking forward to about the festival this year?
I'm actually looking forward to the award ceremony. I missed quite a bit of it last year because I wasn't well. I ended up having to go home. So I look forward to it all anyway. I'm going to have to start saving now for all the stuff I want to buy on the stalls, but especially the awards, which I will not be winning the most ridiculous host for.
I think that we're quite safe this year because there are 4 choices. There is Gemma, there's Nikki, who does border on the ridiculous at times. There is Rachel, there's me, but there's Karen, and we know that this is only going one way, don't we?
Well, it's got to.
It's
got to.
Landslide.
only one way. I mean, the fact that she spelt ridiculous, I think
she wants it. She wants the award.
She wants it.
She wants it.
She'll be very disappointed when she sees the award because we've done it. We won't spoil it, but it's not something you're going to want to put on like your mantelpiece or anything like that. So it's not all glamorous and gold and shiny and sparkly. It's not even some sort of 3D printed poo or anything like that. It's just, it's quite uninspiring, but an award's an award.
Hey.
That'll be fun. Cabby been rambling for 42 minutes. Look at that.
Yeah. Well, it's when you have an easy guest.
Oh, look who's here.
Who's here?
It's Roberto. I'm looking forward to that, but not the end.
So,
but Bob, is that because you have to say goodbye, or is that because your liver's dying? So, what part of that? So it is always really hard to say goodbye to everybody, and I was quite emotional saying goodbye to everybody last year. And you just vanished, Penny. You were like, right, same time, see you later.
I have to. I can't hang around. I'm one of those. Right, I've got to go now. I can't. If I hang around, I ain't leaving. I don't know if you've noticed that when I've come to visit you or whatever. When it's time to go, I'm like, right, go away, leave me now. I'm getting the train. Go, because I just don't. No, I have to go. I have to go. Normally, because I'm in floods of tears and I don't want people to see. And so I think if I start driving, they won't see. So no, that is normal for me. When I have to say goodbye, I just go. I don't linger.
You don't do goodbye. Don't do the long goodbyes. No,
I can't. So no, I say goodbye, and I mean it in a nice way. Big hugs, love you loads. I'm gone.
Oh, look. Here she is. Look, she's back again. Love you really, Rachel. I know. When we love you, you're part of the family, part of the festival family.
Cheers.
And I think that is what I really enjoy about the festival, is that every year we seem to just make another new contact and another new friend. And I mentioned this in our last live as well, that we did, Penny, is that I like to see what opportunities come out of the festival for others as well, and how if we have at the moment, if we have a look at what's happening in America with the My Haunted Hotel, that project, the My Haunted project, and how that's gone over into America now.
Yeah.
And it's those connections and meeting people and that networking opportunity that's opening doors for people.
Yeah.
And we're starting to see others working together that may never have met, and it's great to see what's coming out of the festival, and also how it encourages and inspires others to be able to put on events themselves as well. I was inundated last year with people asking me questions about, we're thinking about doing something similar. Can we get some advice? My advice is don't do it. It's the most stressful thing you'll ever do. Just the pains in the chest are real, and it's like, advice, just don't do it. But it's really great to see how it inspires people to do something different, and it's lovely as well to see crafters come back each year with another bit of something that they've crafted, and they've picked up inspiration from speaking to others and the equipment people are creating after speaking to those, and also how not just we're learning from the people we might see on TV, but how they learn from us as well, and our methods and our investigation styles and the technology we use and the history as well that we're able to provide, and that sort of backing up and providing evidence. So, and that's what's really great about the festival. It's an all-rounder.
Well, I agree.
But we aren't the only festival on the scene. We are the only festival, really. But we're the only one that's called a festival, unless you class something like Creamfields. But we're not chavs with glow sticks in the field. But sweeping statement. But oh my God, what's Ali put here? There you go. don't say goodbye at festivals. See you next year. That's exactly what we should do.
I agree.
And then we've got another some. Here he is, lovely Daniel. Good evening,
Hi.
lady. I hope you are well. I think we're all right, actually.
Oh, good, thanks, Dan.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, obviously, Portals for the Paranormal is someone I'm doing an event with like at the end of the year. They've asked me to come and be a sort of guest at their Kelvedon Hatch.
Yeah,
Right.
I saw that. Yeah, I don't know if you want to pop the link in Daniel, and pop that in the link there so we can have a look at the event, and we don't mind sharing that. But you're doing 3 events this year, so you're doing more than that, but you are doing Parameet. You're doing all 3 Parameets, aren't you?
Yep. So I've just done the Scary Southwest event in Bude in Cornwall. That was an all-female lineup of speakers, which I have never seen before. And yeah, put the link in, Dan. Put the link for people if they want to do the event. There you go. Good boy. I love it when people listen to me. It doesn't happen very often. Yeah, so that was an all-female lineup, and I can honestly say all 4 of us clicked. I mean, a few of us knew each other anyway, but there was no, you'd think with an all-female lineup there'd be a bit of sort of bitchiness, a bit of competitive. None of that. Everyone was lovely, and I got to meet Evelyn Hollow, who I clicked with really quickly. She's mad as a box of frogs. She's my kind of person. Then I've got the first Parameet is a week on Saturday.
That's the southern one, isn't it? You're down
That's
south.
the southern one, yeah. And then there's another one. I think it's end of June is the Hinckley one. Then I've got obviously the festival in September, and then there's the third of the Parameets in October in Pontefract.
Yeah.
And I have got a couple of other events that they're sorting dates out for this year, a couple of other speaking events. So yeah, this year's gone mad compared to last year. And I'm loving it. This isn't me moaning. I'm absolutely loving this. It's all of a sudden people are sort of saying, well, actually, yeah, you're quite a good speaker. You're quite a good person to have along. Can you come and do this? I even had to turn down a speaker job for the Easter school holidays because I just couldn't get to where they wanted me to get to, and they didn't want to do it virtually. So yeah, it's I'm busy this year, but it's brilliant. Yeah, it's brilliant. I can't believe people actually pay to hear me talk, but they seem to.
And do you know, you talk so well. It's, you know, whether you're watching one of your podcasts, you know, listening to one of the podcasts, or actually seeing you in person, is that you really know how to hold people's attention.
Oh, thank you.
There's never any silence. There's never any awkward silences, which is one of the reasons why I agreed to do this chat tonight. I was supposed to go to bed early, and I just thought, you know what, it's going to be easy as this. Penny talks more than I do. It's going to be great. So it's a way to hold people's attention. And I think that so you've actually opened the festival for the last 2 years, haven't you? So you've been the first speaker, and I think it needs that energy sometimes just to get it started and get everybody fired up. So you seem to be the opening act, so to speak, but it just gets everybody fired up, and that's it. Then they're sat there and they're so engrossed and watching you and eager to hear what you're saying. So. Why would we not have you back, Penny?
Oh, thank you. I was saying, I think when we were talking to Ron and Lourdes, I was saying this, that the energy you see me pull up on stage isn't necessarily how energetic I'm going to be off stage, because it is it's a performance at the end of the day. But the positivity of the subject is genuine, whether I'm talking to one person or 1,001 people. So and yeah, I'm so used to doing these kind of talks, the awkward silences. I've done podcasting for too long that wasn't visual, that was just purely audio, and you can't have silences, and you kind of learn how to fill it when you've had guests who sort of, you ask them an open question and you get from them, and you're like, I've got to fill this for half an hour, and they're not talking to me. So yeah, a bit like a radio host, you learn how to just you're actually talking rubbish a lot of the time, but nobody realizes you're just ad-libbing till your brain falls out of your ears, sort of thing. But it's just practice. It's just say I've been presenting in one shape since I was about 13. So, about 20 years I've been doing it.
The natural born talker, aren't you?
Natural born presenter. But
Mm.
I can listen. I can listen.
You do. You listen very well. I've been in a car with you for we've been in a car together, haven't we? And you're good at talking and listening.
I think your actual words in the car were, "You're actually quite a good driver. I feel quite safe with you."
Yeah. And they'll get Penny has the gift of the gab. She does.
I agree.
She does. Need more pennies. In fact, I think you should do the rest of the interviews from now on, because I feel like I'm always just constantly repeating myself with like the sales pitch all the time. So I think it needs some fresh.
Isn't that the point of the interviews, to repeat the sales pitch?
I know, but I just sound so boring. So boring.
Oh, you actually sound very polished.
Do I?
Yes, darling.
Because I've been at work in meetings all day. It's the corporate machine within me that is just rambling. So I haven't come out with any statistics yet, so we're all right. But
I was chatting to my historian lecturer friend for about 2.5 hours today, and we were talking about Bomber Command, and then we'd start talking about, what did we then get on to talking about? Medieval England and things like that. The conversation was going boom, boom, boom. And he told me he thought Richard III wasn't a great king, and I was like,
oh, that's controversial.
And I started quoting stuff at him, and he actually sort of, the face went, didn't know that. Well then, so now I might have changed his mind about whether Richard III was a good king or not. So yeah, that's been my day. I should have been working, but
let's just hope that nobody you work with watches this.
Well, I did keep checking emails to see if there's anything I needed to deal with, and
they do know bring it back.
They do know it's the Easter school holidays. But I was going to be reactive to work today rather than proactive. I was very proactive in my day job yesterday. He can do one. Wes, I'm going to eat all the Galaxy chocolate on the aeroplane before it comes to you, okay?
Is that how he's getting through the entire week with us?
He's a Galaxy chocolate addict.
Okay.
So I was going to suggest we packed our suitcases full of it as a thank you for him looking after us. But if he's going to keep insulting me like that, I'm going to eat it beforehand.
He's my kind of person. We haven't met yet, but I'm really looking forward to heading over there and meeting him. Seems like
he's got that British thing of teasing you like there is no tomorrow, but that's kind of what I'd call the love language. Do you know what I mean? It's like the fact that you and I think Ron was like you and I were bantering and insulting each other. It's obvious it's not done in a malicious way. It is an affectionate sort of thing, and Wes is like that. Well, I think he's like that. That's what he's always seemed to be. It might be genuine. He might hate my guts. I don't know, but then he's a fool for asking me to come and visit.
So good evening.
Blimey, I'm international, man.
Calm
it's
down,
international.
Calm down. You've got 6 minutes left. Calm yourself down. So just sort of wrapping up a little bit then, what is happening? So you've got Parameet next. Is that what's happening next?
Yeah.
And are we likely to see you on TV anytime soon?
I don't know when the episodes are going out, but I have got 2 more that I filmed for Help My House is Haunted in the can. And I never know when they're going to call me in for another one. So there's at least 2 more Help My House is Haunted already filmed. I do get contacted about other things. Like I say, I was contacted about something else recently, but I can't get to the location. This wasn't for help. This was something completely different that they were put in touch with me. So you never know. But no, I've got at least 2. I've got 2 more episodes of Help that I've recorded for them. So you never know. You never know.
My 2 get so excited when they see you on the TV. If they've met you and they know you, they get so excited every time. They're like, "Oh, it's Penny." So my smalls are actually going to the festival on a Sunday this year, and they're so excited to meet everybody. And they said, "Can we have our photographs taken with people?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course you can." I went, they're like, "Is Penny going to be there?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course Penny's there. I'm having my photograph taken with Penny." It's like, but you can see her anytime you want. It's like novelty has not worn off there, has it? They're completely in love with you. So,
well, what's it going to be like when I'm the mother-in-law?
She's married our oldest children off. It's terrible. They don't get a say.
No, they don't. The thing is, I've told my eldest time and time again, it could do a hell of a lot worse than your eldest daughter. Intelligent, gorgeous, into rock music.
Is there a diary?
Free book.
Get back to me on that. Get back to me. So before we say goodbye, just a quick reminder. Sorry, I just keep knocking there. It's like being on a boat, isn't it? Just a quick reminder for anybody that still would like to purchase some tickets. You can see the link scrolling across the bottom there. But if you head to festivaltheunexplained.com, thank you, Penny. Very nice fingers. Inappropriate. And if you head over to the festivaltheunexplained.com and you head over to our ticket section, and you can choose a create your own package where you can pick and choose what it is that you'd like to do. We also have some angelic VIP packages still available, and that gets you everything except the ghost trump. That is an additional extra that you would have to purchase on top. And we also have some family tickets available as well, and there's lots of different options within there as well. If you do need any assistance, please do let us know. Drop us a message and we will help you out with that. So that is the boring bit, and it's just time now to say thank you both for joining me this evening, keeping me alert and awake for the last hour. It's been a long day. It's that back to work blues, isn't it, after the school holiday, after the Easter holidays. So thank you so much for everybody that's joined us this evening, for the comments, for the banter. Wes, we will see you in a few weeks, you lucky boy.
Well, he's actually coming over for the Parameet.
I won't see him though.
No, you won't, but I will.
Rub it in a bit.
Yeah, it'll be better in Yorkshire anyway. Everything's better in Yorkshire.
Well, I do have to agree. Everything is better in Yorkshire.
Everything's better in Yorkshire. Everything. We might talk a bit funny, but everything's better. We have.
You know my feelings about Yorkshire.
You do. I'm surprised you've not moved in with me yet. I'll win the lottery.
You know the reasons I haven't moved up there yet.
When I win the lottery, I'll buy a large house and you can have a wing, and Gemma can have the attic room. The haunted attic room. Anyway, we're rambling now. We can do this backstage. So again, thank you very much for everybody that's watching us this evening. If you do want some tickets, head to festivaltheunexplained.com. We're across all social media platforms as well if you want to reach out. Gemma is the one that controls that. So if you do want to go and harass Gemma a little bit on social media, knock yourselves out. She enjoys it. She doesn't don't do a lot on a night, do you? So you might as well just sit there and
yeah, I have no life. Thanks,
Rachel. Addicted to TikTok. But thank you very much, everybody, and thank you, Penny. Thank you, Gemma, and we will see you for our next chat. So good night, everybody. It's great to see you all.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Oh.